go, we're live on both platforms.
Can we change the name to that?
Yep.
That's a stupid question.
So this time round we've got Bob Nudd on peg 1, Lee Woodhouse on peg 2.
And we'll make sure that everybody knows exactly where we're going. I'll get up there and we'll get that.
Right, well everyone's ready when you're ready.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Round 2, another 30 minutes. Crikey, Bob Nudd's already in.
I don't know whether we'll keep up with you, Bob.
Well, that didn't take long, did it?
Swims are prime now, aren't they?
It does get more manic throughout the day, doesn't it? So
Hotly contested, this one.
Lee.
This should be pretty fair, this, shouldn't it, really?
Two legends of the sport.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean? I reckon, well, I know they're going to get better at it as the day progresses. That's what we're here to show, isn't it?
So immediately, yeah, we literally called the all in and Bob Nudd was into a fish immediately. So
Yeah.
the legend.
He's about to go 2 behind now.
Oh, has
Unless
Lee
there's
finally
things
get
out.
his act together now, is he?
He's got the hang of that puller kit, has he?
He's foul
Foul-hooked it, but he's still
in.
got 2-1 in the front.
Yeah, Lee Woodhouse then.
This is the grudge match.
Oh, I was going to say Bob didn't take long to get another one on, but is this your grudge match, is it?
No, I don't think it's a grudge match at all, but it's...
Sean Jones match angling videos. Go on, Lee, he says. Not many opportunities you get in life to fish against one of the greatest, is there?
It's not
I'm
often
not sadly
you get
fishing
to film
today.
him fishing it's not often you get to film him fishing a match live either, is it?
No.
You know what I mean? Hooked in the tail. Trust me, this man eats, sleeps and breathes fishing. It's what he thinks about all
Well,
the
we had
time.
just not in the chosen swims, but before we started, Bob was round by where we're set up, and he caught a fish, and you never seen a biggest grin on this.
I know.
He just had a little flick with a rig just to check it out, and you never seen a grin so big in all your life. So it obviously doesn't get old, does it? So.
Well, he bloody well doesn't. So you do anyway. Yeah, look at this one up to the tail. Yeah, he's got. Oh, he's
They might need to shallow up.
Bad angling, saved by a bit of good angling. You know, he's got it, hasn't he? Hey,
You never lose it, do you?
No,
I suppose
he's got that aggressive.
I suppose for this sort of fishing you might lose a bit of speed, but
I was worried there that the camera.
It's surprising though when the adrenaline starts going, you don't feel the aches and the pains, do you? You're young again. I found that myself here. You know, go from creaking and he's look at him. He's
Oh, double net. I thought the camera had frozen, but
Double
it's
scoop.
Lee that's frozen.
Don't mention double scoop. What did I say on the way up here? Well, I said somebody will.
Don't mention it.
Somebody always does nowadays though, don't they? It's like,
Well, only if you put your net deep enough.
oh dear.
Lee must be in a right old tangle or something. Or he's still
He's,
trying to
yeah,
put a pellet on.
the camera isn't frozen on Lee. He's he's had an issue, which has just allowed Bob Nudd to take that fish
Half
deficit
the battle with his
and go
game
2 in front.
is that pellet on the hook, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
With a lasso, you having 20 odd fish on a
pellet.
and that's key, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not having to change it at all during half an hour, is it?
No.
Once maybe.
Yeah.
Phenomenal difference to the overall numbers that makes.
I'm already busier as these pegs improve. So the second round of today's little knock-up.
I can't see it getting any worse. The thing is, the fish are going back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not thinning out at all.
There's
Are
only,
they?
there's only two fish in each peg. You're just
Yeah, they're catching the same one
every time.
Now that would be ideal, wouldn't it? That would be ideal.
Well, our little knock-up last weekend, we caught over £1,000 of carp, and it wasn't slowing up.
No.
Yeah.
Just the 5 of us.
Yeah, well, we caught over £1,000 of carp, just the 5 of us, and Mike was one of them.
But,
just to give you an idea how prolific it was in those other 4 pegs.
Anyway, after the boxing last night, I've decided.
Did you stop up and watch that?
I did, yeah. But I've now decided I want to give myself a title, Steve. So from now on, it's His Excellence.
Oh right, okay.
Mike.
Not Big Bang, Mike Govey.
So when you address me now, we'll speak about me. It's His Excellence.
His Excellence, yeah.
His
The Crown
Excellency.
Prince. Yeah, he's got it sus, that boy, hasn't he?
Well, we've shook our ring rust off hopefully now, and the issues we struggled with in the first recording.
It's the same as anything. If you don't do it for a while, it's just the little things. They just
Yeah,
take
you can
10
tell we'd
times
had-
longer.
Couldn't tell we've had 12
Like
months
remembering your password
yeah.
for your Facebook account. We should have gone live last week when we come out of practice, shouldn't we?
Yeah, but we
should have
wanted a
actually-
fish.
They're certainly nipping them out between them, aren't they?
Yeah, it's getting much quicker now, and nice tight niche.
We are, mate. Yeah. You're up on the screen. What's he got?
Well, do we want to tell him? Do we want to tell him he's in front?
If you want to fall out with him, you fill your boots up. You feel free, Your Excellency.
You'd have thought a man of Bob's talents would have known exactly how many fish he caught.
How many has he got?
It's 8-5 to Bob.
It's 8-5, mate. 9-5. To be honest with
didn't
you, if
take
I
him
let
long,
a
did
canal angler even get that close to me, I'd be quite embarrassed. Remember, these boys are experts in not catching many fish. Right, you won't make this. I keep telling you, it's all about that pellet. Speed and that pellet. If you ain't put the homework in like Bob has, well, what can I say?
Lee giving us a bit of grief there from Peg 2.
Well, I wasn't expecting any grief off of Lee, was you? Much?
Was I expecting banter? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Bob's not struggling, Lee.
You need to put a groove in them, mate. You need to carve a groove in them.
Have you got any groove pellets?
Yeah, I'll give them to Matt.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah,
As long as they're on the
That's
FA
what-
team.
I'm definitely not having a go. I'm giving me pellets away, me
Good
rigs.
lad. Good lad.
I'm definitely not having a go. Embarrassing.
So 30-minute matches. Let's talk a little bit about today's prize for the guess the total number of fish
Yes.
to the winning angler.
Yes. Guess the weight competition.
Well, it's not a weight though, is it?
No.
No.
Guess the amount.
That's why I
of
said
fish.
guess the total number of fish
well,
to the
well
winning
done,
angler
Mike, well done.
competition.
At least you know what you're doing.
But if you guess closest to the total number of fish caught and name the winning angler of the 8 anglers that are competing today, you're going to win a coaching day with the legend himself, Bob Nudd. So no reason not to stick some guesses on the
And it's going to be here at Jansen Fishery.
here
as
at
well.
Jansen's Fishery, yes.
And if we can turn it into a proper day out, and enough of you can come and do it, we might even come and get involved ourselves.
So if you look on the Facebook page, the first recording, the recording of the first round, in the comments there's a list of the 8 anglers. One of them is the Fishing Association team, because we're all going to fish around. So don't bet on us, whatever you do. But the 8 anglers or the 7 anglers are there. Choose your angler, the total number of fish they catch throughout the whole day, and you're in with a chance of winning a day here at Jansen's with Bob Nudd.
And we've also got some clicker. What about for each angler fishing, like who gets nearest to their weight, like so another 7, their total number. Mate, I don't know. You decide, like you're the one that's.
Depends how many clickers you want to give away.
We've got loads.
Ah.
Alex
I've
gave
not seen
us
any
loads,
guesses
didn't
come in yet. Are they coming in on Facebook? So at the minute, nobody's guessed. So
Well, it's all on YouTube. And only guesses only. You must tell them the YouTube count. That's only.
I haven't seen a guess come up on YouTube either.
Oh,
so
I think there might be guesses on Facebook. Right, so we're only guessing on YouTube.
Well,
you
it's
say?
the only way it can be adjudicated, isn't it? Like.
Right, okay.
So if you want to have a go at that, it's got to be on YouTube,
Yeah.
because that way we can select who said it when and all
Yeah.
that. Otherwise, you can't adjudicate.
Yeah, so once you familiarise yourself with the anglers' names, like you say, there's 7 of them, get over to YouTube, stick your comment on angler's name, total amount of fish for the day, and win yourself a day out with Bob Nudd.
On TikTok?
No.
That's because he's further away.
On YouTube or Facebook?
Are you saying people can't hear Steve?
Yeah, are you complaining about that? Is that an official complaint? Well, no, not actually. No, it was oh right. Well, sure.
We'll turn another. Let's turn another microphone on. Where are they, Steve?
Good question.
We'll stick another one on. We'll get another microphone up. We won't attach it to Steve though, because like I say, I don't want to hear his exploits in the toilet. So Bob Nudd versus Lee Woodhouse. We're gonna have to keep. Sean, don't worry about it. We'll stick another microphone over here somewhere. I just think it's where Steve wanders off.
Yeah, like I say, as long as we're like this close to it, it's
Another fish each.
fish each. It's absolutely
Bob's
fine.
smashing him up at the minute. 15-7. Lee's struggling to keep his pellet in the band.
He won't want to see another banded pet. Will Lee?
He'll be making sure it don't happen to him next time. Is what he'll be doing. He realise that.
Yeah. Right, keep
I
commentating.
can't find them right.
Doesn't matter which one.
No. No, it's just a matter of switching it on.
Right, that should link then. I'll stick one of them.
Hops into another fish. Lee's just
Yeah, because it don't matter where they go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It'll just pick
One
up
for
more.
Bob.
That's probably half the battle that I'm sat over there at times and it's coming across as quiet.
There we go. Hopefully another microphone on there that will assist.
Is he telling the truth?
No,
He's at 8.
8. Yeah. You didn't really think he'd tell you the truth, did you?
Roasting hot day here now at Jansen's Fishery.
I'm quite glad we got a bit of shade.
I am as well, yeah. Well, you know what I'm like.
Bob into
No word of a
bigger one.
lie. Highs of 12 degrees and I got burnt.
This is what you don't want, isn't it? A
Yeah,
bigger one.
A bigger one, and it's foul looked.
Or one of them £4 barbel that's in there.
Oh yeah, I had a barbel last week.
Yeah, I had a little.
Yeah, I had
barbel.
2 or 3 in the week, but I had one, I say good £4 the other week.
I had a big barbel yesterday at Floatfish. Didn't think there was any in Phoenix. 17.
13 minutes, Bob.
Ah, you're getting there, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's going for the fish a minute.
Well, 34 was good last round, weren't it? So he's on, well on, yeah.
But that's how it started off last year, if you remember. We was a fish a minute, and then we was finishing with fish every 30 seconds, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, because Nicole done 50 fish.
She
didn't
smashed it, yeah. She did. We did wonder whether we'd break the 50 fish in 30 minutes, and she did, didn't she?
They're not going to get harder to catch because they keep going back. There's no threat, is there? There's no deep net problem. When we were fishing last week in our knock-up match, I pulled
Did you
2
get
nets
that?
out, hour and a half in, and they absolutely killed it stone dead moving them up the bank. It's as if the fish followed where your fish are in the keep net. And
Have you set the length of their line, Steve?
No, the rigs
No.
are their own.
The rigs are their own.
Hook links.
You've given the hook links.
Given the
hook lengths and the top bits.
Right.
So they can have 2 rigs of their choice.
No doubt they'll have others ready, won't they? Like,
Yeah.
well, no, Bob will.
I don't know whether the Fishing Association team's got any extras. God knows what I'm going to find next round when I get to my peg.
Yeah.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fairly obvious.
Desolation.
Well, a little bit unfortunate that you're up against venue expert Colin Spencer. If I could have planned it that way, I would have done.
I'm sure you would have done, yeah.
Colin regularly smashing it up here at Jansen's Fishery.
Just random, weren't it, Steve?
It wasn't planned at all.
Who's doing rubbish? I'll go against them. I'll have a
Lee.
piece of that. Yeah.
Go against Lee, he can't even get a pellet on his band.
Yeah, really ought to, hadn't I?
Oh, at least you're considering fishing now, Steve.
It's hard not to, isn't it, when you sit and watch it?
You said you weren't going to give it a go.
I'm easy either.
Let's
way.
make sure that Steve ends up on camera, shall we? Make sure what round Steve ends up on.
Yeah, because that's where you're ending up.
Yeah.
You must be sued.
No, you're kidding. You ain't going to do all this without me, are you?
Everybody playing the indisposable card. How did you get on?
We don't
on
actually appear on Peg 1 and Peg 2.
Don't we?
No, the Fishing Association team doesn't
what
even
a
make it
shame.
onto camera.
That's perfect then, isn't it?
But round five
pretty
is
sure
against Lee Woodhouse, if you fancy that.
I'm pretty, well maybe. I'm pretty sure the way it worked out, it was random, and I just put the names in, and it's gone quite well, because we got Bob on camera quite a few times now, which is which is great, and Lee, and anyway, it is what it is. It was random. If it hadn't been, I'd have changed it, but it was random. It just so happened that we fiddled it right the first time, and didn't have to.
Is that second video gone out? Yeah, because we've got Bob Nudd there. Look.
Yeah. Yep, so we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Get your comments on YouTube to win a day out with Bob. Guess the angler and the total amount of fish.
Winning angler.
Winning angler.
Winning angler of the day and the total number of fish they've caught over all the rounds. And you can win a coaching session with Bob Nudd here at Jansen's Fishery.
I love the way that they look. You know, he ain't done any of this, but look how quick he was to when he'd lost the fish to flick it over, like, and not getting a tangle. You know, the thing is, it's what I say about fishing. If you're that way inclined, you're just tidy in that way. It's all variations on a theme, isn't it?
See how shallow them fish are now starting to come, can't they? You can probably just see in the shot there in front of Bob. They climb over each other when they. And actually, you think that makes it easy, but that makes it harder. It's all that control with how you're feeding, isn't it? So
I'll give you some idea how they throw themselves on the hook. Mike's had well over £200 last week. Just give you a rough idea.
I need to come and fish a proper match here, don't I? Yeah. When is it you coming, Bud?
Thursday.
Thursday, you. Yeah. I might have to take a
Listen,
Thursday.
That's the other thing as well. I'll bring my mate Tony here. He's well into his 70s, late 70s if I remember rightly. He absolutely loves it here. It's not just about kids and newcomers. It's about people that haven't fished for ages. People that, you know, just want to go and catch a load of fish and enjoy it every now and then. Going out and not catching fish ain't nowhere near as much fun as catching fish. That is for sure. Then, is it?
No.
You know, actually, it's borderline sitting there aching and just moaning and whinging and wondering why you even bothered.
Yeah.
So we've got 8 anglers fishing. We're only going to cover Peg 1 and Peg 2. We can give you a little look up the lake. So we've got people counting what's being caught all the way along. That will be entered into a table. 2 points for the win against your opponent, 1 point for the draw, nothing for the loss. That'll give us a league table come the end of the day, which will then decide who goes into the semi-final.
Goal difference replaced by fish count, so
yeah,
for and against could determine the 4th or a 5th place. Probably will do, won't it?
Yeah, and then the 2 semi-finals will decide who's going to go head-to-head in our final at the end of the day. We're hoping that will be around about 5 o'clock.
We've also put a photo of round 1 results on Facebook, and we'll do that every round, so you can keep up with what's been caught in previous rounds.
The old fish numbers are going up, haven't they? Still got just over 10 minutes to go, and Bob's on 25. So just under that fish a minute.
Yeah, so he's looking at 37, and he's 38, so that's already gone up considerably.
Yeah, this is exactly what happened last year, wasn't it, Steve, if you remember?
Yeah.
Once them fish are in there, clouding up, competing for that food as it comes up in the water.
40 every half hour is a right good rate to be going on. Like if you can keep that up for 6 hours, you'll break the venue record.
Well, we were only on about 50 fish an hour last week, weren't we?
Yeah.
Well, I was.
Weight-wise, they tend to be, I reckon, 50 fish to 60 pound here, but I mean, it does. You get some bigger samples, and sometimes you're over on that, but
Yeah.
and sometimes you're under, but
Yeah, well, I had 50 fish in a net for £78, which was disqualified. Slap wrists.
you was the only one that was actually disqualified, though, weren't you?
Yeah. That's because I listened to you.
Yeah. Everybody else seemed to get away with blue murder, didn't they? Like the bloke that's claiming victory seemed to break every rule.
Oh, I don't know what rules I was breaking.
Feeding the peg before we started.
I didn't personally. I didn't
sent his boys
personally.
round to feed it personally.
I didn't even know what peg I was going to draw.
Yeah.
I was right in the middle, like you had end peg.
Here we go, see?
And Mike had end peg.
End peg don't mean anything at these venues. You need to be in the thick of it.
Yeah.
The lesson I learnt there was don't take advice from Steve Dorks. 50 fish won't break £60. Yeah. Lucky that Jeff's even allowed me to come back to the venue, let alone...
Yeah, the look of disgust on his netting, I thought he was going to get evicted.
No, that first net was fine. It was £58, wasn't it? It was the second one that we had to split, yeah. Good.
I mean, I was way out as well. I thought I didn't count fish. I sort of clicked £50 a net, and they were all £60. So.
Yeah, we've got bars of chocolate as well, by the way.
Where?
Oh, were they? Where are they?
Yeah,
Tucked away. Put them in the fridge.
There's a black.
Lee said he's juggling them down there.
No.
Have I missed fish, or has Lee just not caught?
No, I don't think
he's caught.
He's obviously got one now, but you obviously click that one and take it.
Well, I don't think it's going to make a difference to the points for who wins.
No, I think in the week.
28, Bob.
I think in the week Lee might go down to London and become one of them human statues, you know, ones.
Oh, they are cold. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, we get the unwrapping of the chocolate on audio. There we go. He's back in the mix now. 7 minutes to go. Round 2. Bob not having to go far next round. He's staying on peg 1.
Bob's staying on peg 1, is he?
Yeah.
That all came out randomly, I swear.
He's got Lee Hodgkinson next time around.
Did you get that, Bob? You're staying on peg 1 for the next round. That's handy, isn't it?
Try and get these anglers moved a bit quicker so we've got less of a break between rounds.
How much longer we got, mate?
6.5 minutes.
6.5 minutes. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is why he's one of, if not the best of the best. Because not allowed to talk about his age. He's still there and competitive and looking forward to it and loving it.
Smashing people up.
Smashing people up.
He'll sleep well tonight, though, the old boy.
I hope so.
He's getting into a right rhythm now,
Yeah,
isn't he?
he is.
He's literally putting the fish back and looking another one.
He is. That's what you need to do, though. Oh, his pellets come off, I see it.
Yeah, it's all gone pear-shaped. It's all about that pellet. Well, it's not all about that pellet. No, it's not. It's an inch.
I thought last week, Steve, you said no lassos.
That was never mentioned, and I said before the match I had lasso, and no one objected. You all thought you were just going to beat me.
Let me just trump that by saying, so I've never mentioned to you before that he's a complete total cheating bastard. So I've never actually mentioned that before, like, you know what I mean? Just to trump what I've, you know.
And I swear I had a fine
It's
message.
from
I couldn't
Rawns.
find it.
It's from Rawns, mate. You know what I mean? What can I say?
Don't cast aspersions on Rawns, people, please. And I'm not a cheat, just because I beat you all.
Well, it's worse than Rawns. The families are all Cockneys as well. Like they're like Rawns Cockneys. Yeah, and well, what can I say? The missus being one of them and all.
Right, so round 2 here. If you're watching Bob Nudd versus Lee Woodhouse.
Right, so let me make a note of what I need to. I've got them there. Oh, is it?
Just over 4 minutes to go.
So I can put on there where they are next, can't I?
Oh, that is where they are next.
Oh right, yeah. So
I've done it for you.
good lad. Good lad. Well, I'm going to try and be proactive, and you know how I can sometimes drift off.
What,
Well,
fall
if you
asleep?
want me to do that,
Yeah.
and you do that,
Yeah, but fill it in. Yeah, if you like. Yeah. Yeah, because you've got to go up there anyway, ain't you? Because
Yeah.
you're fishing. Yeah, you need to get
in the groove.
in the groove, literally. Yeah, into the. That's where the saying comes from. Isn't it? Getting into the groove, isn't it? No, it's to do with
Pretty much warm up.
arrows, isn't it? I think archery.
Got your pre-match warm-up.
Oh, yeah, I better do my
Do
stretching.
your
hadn't I?
stretching, yeah.
I'm just a well-oiled machine, Mike.
One for the ladies there.
I don't need to warm up. Just show me a bit of water and give me a pole, and
Yeah.
I'll catch fish.
Dear.
You've heard it all now, haven't we?
Oh dear.
Do you think this is going to our heads? His Excellency.
You're having a good time if nobody else is.
I'm sure all the anglers are having a good time. They're all catching fish.
I actually want to go and peg one now. Bob's just smashing it up now. Well, that, the way afterwards, I probably wouldn't want to be on there.
Luckily, we're not on peg 1 or 2 all
the
day.
Which
yeah,
is
the
not a
Fishing
bad thing,
Association
that's-
entrance.
That's
That's
not
not
a bad thing at all. So you better get Jeff lined up for the next round.
Jeff. Yeah, or Pete.
Yeah. How long have you got left,
I
Mike?
will have, and I'm having Lee, like. You
2.5
know.
minutes.
I've
Right, 2.5
definitely I ought to have
minutes.
Lee, ain't I?
Yeah. Yeah, so you're not fishing till round 5.
Yeah.
So we need some, and then if Jeff wants, he can fish against the last one.
Yeah, Tony. Yeah. What about you, Tony?
I'm retired.
Hey?
I'm retired.
Retired.
Jeff's looking keen for it.
Oh, we ought to. Jeff ought to have a
has
go,
gotta
hadn't
have a go.
Yeah, Jeff had practice as well.
he? Yeah. Hey,
Well,
it's just having a go, isn't it? You
He
know
must
what I
know.
mean?
He must know the names of all the fish, for God's sake.
And plus, getting beat in your own backyard's always.
Yeah. Yeah. He owes that to us, doesn't
He's got home advantage, hasn't
he? Yeah.
Right, just under 2 minutes to go, and that'll be the end of round 2.
Just under 2 minutes.
Bob got one in the
Tail. Yeah. Won't be tempted to double scoop, will he? Stop smiling.
No comment. Oh,
That's exactly what you don't want, isn't it?
At least his rig ain't
And
tangled.
look, that wry look on his face, that's exactly what he was dreading.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got this
yeah.
one in the bag. You could stop if you wanted.
Yeah,
That sounded much more vicious than I meant it to. But
mate, Lee's
just
thick.
over a minute left in this round.
I don't come any thicker skinned than Lee, mate, trust me. He don't care who he upsets, mate. I mean, I've got boundaries, he's got none.
He's smoking now. Look, I've criticised him, and he's put 3 in the net and 3 puttings.
Who, Lee? Yeah. Mate, by the end of anybody who can fish will get it, you know what I mean? it wouldn't matter who we've been invited here. They, you know, if you can, they'll get the hang on it. That's what it's about. Bob knows World Championship. You know, they go to different venues, different styles. All they have to learn it and do the do and what have you.
One each. Just about to go. 15 seconds left.
Give me a countdown when you're ready.
5, 4,
3, 2, 1.
and that's the end of round 2.
Right, doing that.
Yeah.
36 you finished on, Bob. 36. 18.
Yeah, that's all that matters, mate.
Right, we'll have another short break, which I think it's Bob versus, was it Lee? Who's it? Lee Hodgkinson in the next round on peg 1 and peg 2, so Bob not going